Is anyone else fed up with the price of groceries?
Goddamn cost of living. It's so fucking expensive to live here in Canada.
I paid $248 and it's pretty painful.
I live in Canada and the prices of groceries are getting crazy.
Everything is so expensive in Canada.
I was watching the news, right? And they like, in 2026, groceries are gonna go up. And it's like, ma'am.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my friend, we're fucked.
So my friend just texted me that she spent $17 on tampons today, and we live in Canada, so of course she went to Shoppers, and as everyone knows, everything is becoming so expensive.
Welcome to Canadian Rant. Life in Canada has become brutally expensive, and for millions of people it no longer feels like living. It feels like surviving. Every month, the same pattern repeats. Groceries cost more, gas costs more, rent keeps climbing, utilities go up, insurance goes up, phone bills go up, but paychecks, they barely move. Canadians are working harder, picking up extra shifts, cutting out small comforts, not to get ahead, but just to stay afloat. And that's the part no one wants to admit. This isn't a temporary squeeze anymore. This is the new normal. Today, we're breaking down why life has become so expensive in Canada, how everyday costs have outpaced wages, and why so many people feel trapped in a system where effort no longer leads to stability. Because when survival replaces living, something is deeply wrong.
Okay guys, I'm at Walmart right now. I live in Canada and the prices of groceries are getting crazy. The prices are insane. Inflation's out of this world. My girlfriend sends me to Walmart to get groceries once or twice a week, okay? All of this, chicken stuff, $600. Okay? Inflation is getting crazy. She's going to see that I spent $600 at Walmart and I come back with all these groceries and she's going to say, what did I possibly spend $600 on? Inflation is crazy, guys. We need to change immediately.
I was watching the news, right? And they like, in 2026, groceries are gonna go up. And it's like, ma'am, groceries are already high enough. Then this lady on the news, this realtor on the news was like, I've had my house up for sale for a minute and nobody wants to buy it. First of all, nobody has $1 million just to buy a house. Okay, first of all, groceries are expensive. Everything in Canada is expensive, okay? So what more do y'all want from us? Like, literally. Y'all should be trying to lower the prices instead of shooting them up high. Like, I just want to know, why is everything expensive?
Hello guys, I only finished my cleaning teeth and come back to my car and want to share with you how much I pay for this. And I don't have any insurance, I don't have any benefits, nothing. So for just cleaning my teeth, I paid $248. And it's pretty painful, I wanted to say, because it's, it's nothing like serious. It's just cleaning. It's not feeling, no crown or something like this. It's just feeling. And actually, I have pretty good teeth. They are okay, and I clean them really, really hard every day, and brush and floss and everything. And anyway, $248. I don't know. My budget little bit suffer, or not little bit, from this.
I'm so sick of these multi-million-dollar company bleeding people dry, like especially low-income people or even middle-class people. Even people that have money don't have money these days because of how expensive everything is. But another thing is, you're struggling. They don't want to work with you. They don't want to do a payment plan. But then they want to send your bill. That's in your name. Everything's in your name. They send it to your landlord. And then they send you a letter saying, so if you don't pay your water and sewage by January 15th, that's going to go on your landlord's property taxes. So now we know you're struggling with your utilities, but I've always kept up with my rent. We're going to fuck you over. And because you're not paying this multi-million-dollar company little fucking pennies to them, now you're going to end up evicted because your landlord's going to take your debt. And you guys are going to go live on the street because we're a big-ass company. We don't give a fuck about anybody but money. So how is that possible? And fuck these companies.
How much money do you need to live comfortably in Ontario?
Honestly, man, I'd say at least $100,000.
Why?
Because everything is so expensive in Canada. Even a hooker here is like $200 for half an hour. If you look at everything in Canada, if I even want to go to Tim Hortons to get a cup of coffee, it's like $3 right there.
We're going to help you afford your expenses.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my friend, we're fucked. Yep, we're fucked. Completely and utterly fucked.
Can someone tell me why it is cheaper for me to fly to Europe than to fly to Vancouver? And I live in Canada. Like, how does that make any sense? I just went to Cuba for a week and it was under $1,000 for my flights, accommodations, food, drinks, everything. Tell me why I'm like considering going to Toronto next month. It's literally going to cost me more, like $1,000, over $1,000 for what, like 2 days? 2 days and it's $1,000. Like if I want to stay for a week, oh my God, girl, I'm gonna have to sell my kidney. Like travel is so expensive within Canada and I don't understand why.
म चाहिँ ग्रोसरी गर्न आएको है भेजिटेबलहरू यताउता बाहेक खासै केही किने छैन मैले यतिको कति भयो यतिको $214.
Everything is so expensive in Canada. If you look at the average mortgage amount in Canada, I mean, it's extremely high. It's $624,000. For every dollar that you earn, you're actually spending $1.72. That's the highest globally.
Interprovincial tariffs in Canada are astronomical. They're massive. So this just, again, adds to the cost of living. Like, there's so many things that add to our goddamn cost of living. It's so fucking expensive to live here in Canada. We import a lot of stuff. So any product, any service, any food that we're importing from outside of Canada, we have to pay in Canadian dollars. When your dollar is weak, it's more expensive for us as Canadians. We have that. We have the carbon tax. We have the income tax, the corporate tax, the this tax, the digital services tax. It doesn't fucking stop. The interstate average tariff in the United States of America, the average is 3%. We're in the teens in Canada.
Canada has become a place where hope costs extra. You can have peace, but only if you're wealthy. You can have stability, but only if you're lucky. Everyone else, they're drowning. Is this Canada now? Comment below.
Is anyone else fed up with the price of groceries? Spent $210 at Walmart and it didn't even get its meat or anything yet. And that was over my budget and I had to use my credit card. But now I don't have money for gas and my car's on empty. Does anyone else just want to give up on life at this point? Because it's fucking stupid.
Life in Ontario keeps getting more expensive. But what happens when you get sick? You don't just worry about rent or groceries anymore. You worry about the cost of healthcare. Need surgery? Get in line. Need a doctor? Good luck finding one. Need care fast? Get your wallet ready. Healthcare should never be a luxury. I'll fight to strengthen public health care so you can get the care you need without the out-of-pocket cost. Ford had 7 years to get this right. He didn't. It's time for real leadership.
So my friend just texted me that she spent $17 on tampons today. And we live in Canada, so of course she went to Shoppers. And as everyone knows, everything is becoming so expensive. The monopoly on grocery stores is literally killing Canadians. This economy is insane. But not to mention that, like, feminine hygiene products are a necessity. And I'm always of the mind that it should be free for women. If anyone disagrees with that, this is not the safe space for you, okay? Because I will go to bat that women's hygiene products should be free, okay? But we're now spending $17 on a box of tampons or a thing of pads. Like, I just checked the prices, and yeah, there are cheaper ones, but you know, they're usually the less absorbent. There are brands that I have found not to work as well, that will leak. So excuse me if I want a product that actually works and doesn't cause me to think after a couple hours, oh, am I bleeding into my underwear and my pants? Like, it's just getting so obscenely expensive. And like I just came off my period, and I'm literally researching different brands that are cheaper, and like going to places that are like shopping at different places now that are cheaper, because I have a job, but like it's still so expensive. And like, what do you mean? Imagine, I'm just thinking back to my university days and like how much I had to budget for things, and like at the time $8.99 was also a lot on tampons, but I can't even imagine trying to afford a $20 box of tampons now. Like, it's insane. And like, honestly, I totally get why people use Diva cups now, because they're reusable. Like, I bought period underwear as well, because while it's a little bit more uncomfortable for me personally as a tampon user, it also just like, it's reusable, so I don't have to keep purchasing stuff, you know? And yeah, it was expensive at the front end of the investment, but like now I'm just like, I spend less a month on tampons because I go through less. Like, yeah, we just need more affordable feminine hygiene options. And then I know there's cups, but not everyone is comfortable using that. Period underwear is great for me, but it's also a little bit uncomfortable. Like, I hate being a woman sometimes, you know?
Canada. Canadian people, I feel sorry for you. Whoever your prime minister is needs to come to the front. I don't know his name, the new one, whatever. Trudeau, you too, you come here. Because what do you mean? The prices in the shops, in the supermarkets. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a bubble? Listen, I'm only here on holiday. I went to the supermarket yesterday. I got two items. I got two items. I got a packet of crisp or chips and a tin of custard. Guess how much that cost me? Let the British people scream before I even answer. $10.33. $10.33. Do you know how much British pounds that is? That's £7 something. For a packet of crisp and a tin of custard. And it's not even British custard. It's not even imported. It was made here. Was it? I don't know. You people are suffering. I feel so... The other day, I wanted to get grapes. Why was it nearly $10 for grapes? Grapes. That is £1 something, £2 something in the UK. In Marks and Spencer's. In Lidl and Aldi, it's even less. And I was about to spend nearly $10. The way I put that back, quick, fast, and in a hurry. If the Canadians decide to revolt, I'm with them. I'll be supporting them from afar, but I'll be supporting, because what is this?
Ever feel like living in Canada is expensive? Like, really expensive? Well, you're not wrong. Here's just a few of the things you'll pay more for as a Canadian. Number one, housing. This shouldn't come as a surprise, but housing in Canada is extremely expensive compared to the rest of the world. In fact, we have one of the worst price to income ratios for housing of any developed country. And it's getting worse. Prices are rising in Canada twice as quickly as in any other G7 state. Number two, cell phone and internet services. StatsCan says that compared to countries like the US, Australia, France, Germany, Japan, Italy, and the UK, Canada has either the highest or the second highest cell phone prices when you adjust for purchasing power of any of those countries. And when it comes to internet prices, The Economist ranks Canada 15th most expensive out of 100 different countries. Number three, food. According to Numbeo, it costs $466 to buy the minimum amount of food that one person should eat every day in Canada. That's a lot higher than some other countries. In the UK, that number is $316. In Italy, it's $418. In Germany, it's $405. Even Australia is cheaper at $419 per month. But to be fair, the US is more expensive when it comes to food, at least according to Numbeo. So you're not imagining things. Living in Canada is pretty expensive. But hey, at least the healthcare is free, right?
Do you think Vancouver is worth the expense?
I really like the city. I think that it's a city that has almost everything. You can find the nature, the mountains, you have sea, but I think it's way too expensive. A lot of immigrants come here to live because the quality of life, but sometimes you get like disappointed like of how expensive it could be living in Vancouver. But I think like if you get a good job and you make an effort, it's worth it.
And how does Vancouver kind of compare to Colombia then? Like obviously the weather is entirely different, but like the scenery, the people.
No, I love my country. I love my vibes, you know, Latino culture, it's awesome. But the good thing here is that you find a lot of cultures, Asian culture, Indian, and whatever.
Absolutely.
So for me, it was so impressive when I just arrived here because I didn't expect that. That's like the biggest difference. And also, like in terms of price, of course, Colombia, it's so cheap.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
What makes this moment in Canada so dangerous isn't just the price increases, it's the quiet acceptance of struggle as normal. When people stop planning for the future and start budgeting for survival, a country begins to lose more than money. It loses hope, it loses trust, and it loses the belief that hard work still leads somewhere. Canada used to offer a simple promise. If you worked hard, played by the rules, and contributed, you could build a stable life. That promise is fading. Today, many Canadians aren't asking for luxury. They're asking for predictability, for dignity, for a life where rent doesn't consume most of their income, where groceries don't feel like a financial shock, and where a full-time job actually covers basic needs. The cost of living crisis is reshaping daily behavior. People eat less, drive less, socialize less, dream less. And the longer this continues, the deeper the damage goes to mental health, family stability, and the social fabric that holds communities together. This isn't about personal failure, it's about systemic pressure. When wages stagnate while costs rise across the board, the result is chronic stress, not just financial, but emotional. People feel stuck, exhausted, and invisible. And when a society runs on exhaustion, it becomes fragile. The question Canadians need to ask is not whether things are expensive. That's already obvious. The real question is how long people can keep absorbing these costs before something breaks. Real solutions don't come from pretending this is temporary or telling people to adjust expectations. They come from honest conversations, accountability, and policies that prioritize affordability, stability, and fairness. Not just growth on paper. Canada doesn't need slogans. It needs relief. It needs balance. And it needs leadership that understands the difference between surviving and living. This is Canadian Rant. We talk about what people are feeling, but rarely hear acknowledged. If this reflects your reality, you're not alone. And your voice matters. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay aware, and don't let anyone tell you that struggling is just the price of living in Canada. Because it shouldn't be.